I recently found out I have PDA. That's pathological demand avoidance, a type of autism that's not widely recognised. I only found out I was autistic 3 years ago. I realised I might be autistic after coming across a list of female autism traits, social mimicking being the one I connected with most. This means copying what you think is the right behaviour to fit in and get along with people. This, I realised, is what I've always done. I've never known how to get on with people, what I'm supposed to say, how I'm supposed to act. Was this all because I'm autistic? Wow! I asked my doctor to refer me for a diagnosis. She'd never heard of masking and female autism, but she referred me anyway. I got an appointment to see a psychiatrist. He could tell I'm autistic even though I make eye contact. And he diagnosed me with high-functioning autism. I felt so happy and relieved. My mistakes were understandable and forgivable. Finally I fitted something perfectly. A relief to be measurably human. And then I heard about PDA. I saw a programme on telly about a PDA child. He couldn't just walk with his mother. He had to do his own thing. Went and climbed a tree. I related to this. I also can't cope with being restricted. I've always felt a need to be free, even from friends and family. I googled PDA, but I couldn't find a description of what it's like for adults. Just stories of nightmare children having meltdowns. I wasn't like this as a child, but I was still curious. So I joined an online adult PDA support group to find out more. I asked the group, "Do you find this? Do you find that?" And they replied, "Yes, yes, yes." I found I got on really well with everyone. Quite a remarkable and wonderful thing for a social klutz like me. I asked about demand avoidance. I found it really hard to judge whether or not this was pathological for me. How to gauge how much of my aversion to doing things is hardwired. For example, I've not been able to have a career because I've always felt an overwhelming drive to escape from workplaces. I'd assumed I'd failed to fit into society because I was lazy and bad. But had my fleeing from jobs been because of demand avoidance? I learned from the PDA group that demand avoidance isn't just about avoiding obvious demands, like "you must do this now," but anything that directs us. From a boss telling me I can't have a break, to a friend telling me I'll like a CD, to feeling I should wash up the dishes, or open the mail, or brush my hair, or even pleasant things like eating fruit. That's me. All these things and more can trigger demand avoidance. And if a demand is pushed on us, we may crack, we may meltdown, we may run, we may freeze. We can be creative in avoiding demands. People sometimes call us manipulative. This confuses us. We're autistic. We can't read social cues to judge if we're getting it wrong. Some people say PDA doesn't exist, or only exists for children. But we do exist behind our masks. PDA, like female autism, involves social mimicking. We want to get on with people, but we get anxious. We're good with words and can be charming and funny, although we may sometimes seem uncaring and make social mistakes. But we do care, and we can feel deep empathy and very strong emotions and continual high anxiety that's hardwired is part of PDA. So, this is me.